to find some pain. And some of you have been negotiating with your pain, telling yourself it's fine for far too long. Stop. There's more for you. So I want to show you what happens if you're telling yourself, maybe it's not so bad staying here. I get that. I've been there myself sometimes. But this tells me you do not have a true understanding of how plateaus in business work. And this is when I'm going to haunt you. All right, this is what you think a plateau looks like in this industry. You have your number of sales and you hit your peak over time. Now, if you're not a seasoned business owner, and usually it's corporate that understands this, and it's not, if you haven't been taught this, you just don't know. So this is what I see a lot of people do. They just think, I'll cruise, I'll maintain. But what this actually looks like is this is known as the market life cycle. And each of you have your own market. You have a market, you have a market, you have a market. Each one of you, Nu Skin has a global market, but every individual, you have your unique market around you. You follow? And your unique market has a life cycle. So market maturity is when you actually hit the saturation of your own market. And then from there, you actually hit decline. Why? Because there's natural attrition in every business. I wish it wasn't the case, but as you guys know, there's no such thing as a perfect customer. And if there is, you better kiss them on the mouth and tell them how much you love them, because they're going to be like, oh, you know what? I double ordered this month. I'm good for this month. You know, I have an extra thing here. Or they're like, you know what? I gotta maybe adjust these things. Natural attrition happens. Like it happens in Hulu and Disney and Netflix, and this is just normal business, right? So this is where your paycheck will stall and start to decline. So if you're like, oh crap, how many of you, show of hands, are at the maturity of your market life cycle? Show of hands. There's a lot more. If your paycheck's not growing, I would say it is. Or you're just not showing up in your current market. It might be one of those two things, okay? I'm gonna show you the two ways to actually increase sales. One is you have to expand the market. And then number two is introduce new products. Well, your company's doing that. They're always innovating. They're always creating to find ways to better serve your customer and bring in new customers. You follow? All right, so how do we do this then? If the answer is market expansion, your market expansion, it's social media. There is 5.6 billion users, which creates endless market potential. 259 million new users alone have come online in the last year, and the average time spent on social media is 2.5 hours. What? They want to buy, friends, but listen, we talked about this. Your friends and family is a great getting started market, but it ain't gonna sustain the long term. I'm glad that your mom's buying from you. Glad your best is buying from you, but it's not their job to put you in Dubai. That's your job. Stop whining that your friends and family aren't supporting you. Go find people who will. Man, I got worked up over that one. I'm not taking it. I hope you like me at the end of this. All right, long-term and sustainability. The long-term and sustainable play is leveraging your social media. Okay? So what's the solution? I'm going to show you with this graph because I'm a visual person. Look at what happens when you expand the market. You get yourself out of the decline and you start to extend your market life cycle. Are you all following me? Yes? Sorry, I just knocked my mic. Sorry, sound guys. All right. A change in the market, though, what you don't know requires a change in strategy. Because expanding your market, expanding your market is an all-in decision because you gotta up-level your strategies. You can't talk to your cold market the same way you talk to your warm market. Why? Because your mom and bestie will engage on your thrown together post. They'll give you pity engagement. Your cold market scrolls right by. Don't care. This is why people are like, I'm just not seeing sales like I used to. I'd be like, yeah, because you're in a new market talking to a different person. The conversation has to look different. You have to become a person of value or influence. We've talked about that. You already are. Activities done over a prolonged period of time so the efforts can compound. Compounded efforts is the secret sauce in this industry, friends. It's what separates the 1% from the 99%. People will do the work, they just don't do it long enough to let it compound. Because when it's not happening fast enough, they say, it's not working, I don't know if this is worth it, this is hard. That's 99% thinking. 1% thinking says, it's hard, I signed up for hard, let's go. When you are not consistent, though, the first thing that suffers is your visibility, because the algorithm is like, cool, you're not here, I'm not going to show. So then we're left with value in conversation, and I'm going to call this the fab business owner. If you want to know what's fab, frustrated and broke. And I'm actually going to be even more honest. I think consistency, the very next thing that tanks is conversations, because when I ask people when they're complaining about their paycheck, I'm like, cool, tell me how many people you're talking to, and there's this really awkward silence. I'm like, that's why. This is the person that if they stop having conversations, or they're not visible, or they're inconsistent, and they might occasionally put the time to create a really nice post together, this is the person that's like, I'm doing all the things. I'm like, no, you're doing all the things you feel comfortable doing. Yeah. I'm out of people to talk to. No, you're out of people you feel comfortable talking to. Right? Going to the gym isn't gonna make you fit. Just like a couple of posts here and there isn't gonna put a comma on your paycheck either. I'm a part of a gym, and there's these ladies that go to the gym, and I go to work. They go to drink coffee. They hang out in the lobby and they drink their coffee. Now granted, they're in their 60s, so live your life. But they're going to the gym every day. Their membership would say they're clocking in, but they're going and sipping coffee. Some of you are sipping coffee at the job, telling yourself you're showing up. No, you're not. No, you're not. So you might be asking me, oh, with all this change, what's the same? Well, we're going to go fast here, friends. Buckle up. Woo! All right. Remember how I said human psychology behind purchasing decisions? That hasn't changed. Just like with Blockbuster, the desire for the product doesn't change. It's how they engaged with the purchase of the product that changed. You follow? Okay. So there's the 4 C's that are enough that happens with this, okay? Connect, which means just engaging with people, talking to people, offering a smile, a like, a comment. Create content to attract the right people. Again, we're in our cold market, so you gotta, guys, your freak flag has gotta be loud so other freaks can find you. Be like, hey, I like this and like this. Who else likes this? And your people are gonna be like, me, I like this. And isn't it amazing how organic and natural and authentic it feels to connect with people when you start being a human first? If someone's like, I feel spammy, I'd be like, cool, probably because you're not being a real human and you're just going in with your pitchy commission breath. Forgetting that they are a person before they are ever your customer. Right? Inviting people into conversations and then converting them to customers. Friends, I can't tell you how important it is to create content that attracts the right people. I'm going to give you another visual. Back in November, I'm going to tell you the story about Louie. And I was on my walk, and this stray, sweet, he's so cute. This stray is running around, and guys, I'm a dog person. Any dog I see running, I'm going to take care of it, take it to the shelter. It's just like, it's who I am. And so I take care of Louie, and I document this story to like this really heartfelt music, and boom, goes viral. 500,000 views, 10,000 new followers, visibility galore. Guys, that's 10,000 completely useless followers and my engagement tanked. Why? Because I don't create dog content. Imagine their disappointment when they scroll my feed and it's all a vast disconnect here. And what happened was the visibility and connection was so high with the dog. Everyone was like, I'm connecting with you. I love it. I love Louis. Tell us his story. But once they scrolled my feed, the perception of value to the audience was low. Right. Friends, you got to do these 4 C's and you got to do them consistently. Guys, the possibilities to grow with social media are truly limitless. I'm going to nerd out for a second. I love the movie Mean Girls. The limit does not exist. Your income earning potential in the online space has no limit. Yes? That was really weak sauce. That should have excited the hell out of you. Hello? All right. No limit. But guess what? You have to be an active participant in the growth. This is not a passive game, friends. You don't get to sit back and watch your dreams happen. You have to sit back and make them happen. Wait, no, get up and make them happen. You don't sit back. You get up and make them happen, right? Dreams don't just fall out of the sky. I'm going to tell you something. This is an invitation for hard work. And we are not designed for hard work. Why? Because we all look for the closest parking spot at the gym and the grocery store. We're always looking for shortcuts. You know, we're a society where I believe instant gratification has ruined our work ethic. It has ruined it. We're used to, hey Siri, what is this? Blah, 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 blah. And Siri's like, let me just find that for you. We don't have to go to a library. We don't have to research. We don't have to struggle with the unknown. I want something, I can Amazon Prime it. You can't Amazon Prime your dreams. You gotta work for it. And you gotta go all in. But friends, when you opt out of the work, guess what? You're opting out of the results. And not only are you opting out of the results, I think the worst part is you're opting out of the catalyst of your growth as a person. I tell people, I'm like, you want to learn about yourself? Start a business. You want to face your crap? Start a business. You want to find out the things that scare you? Be in business. People ask me, they're like, I always tell them, I'm like, if you want to ask me how I'm doing, ask me what's happening in my business, because that's where all my crap comes up that I have to work on. Yeah, it's hard. I'm not going to pull any punches with you because I want you all to be like, you know what? Kristen said it was going to be hard. She said it was going to be gritty, but I decided to opt into hard. Friends, struggle is a necessary, expected part of the growth process. It's not a sign that you aren't cut out for this. I see that so often. People struggle and they're like, it must not be meant for me. BS, I say. Right? Your struggle is an invitation to your greatness. All of your greatness is lying in your struggle. And with struggle, you learn something called perseverance. And by definition, that is no one likes this part, doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Some of you will do difficult, but so long as they're not delay. I'm sorry, but who are you being in the delay of your success? Are you being a victim or a victor? But let me tell you something. Please screenshot this next one. Do not mistake delay for denial. Just because your dreams are a little slow happening doesn't mean they've been denied. But you want to know a way to accelerate them? Make an all-in decision. Draw a line in the sand and be like, we're going. But most people won't, because they'll turn down the invitation for greatness because it's a crying shame that we're more comfortable with mediocrity because it requires so little of us. We get to be comfortable. What? Comfortable and broke? Comfortable and fine? I don't want fine. I want great. I don't want okay. I want extraordinary. But greatness requires everything. But it does just start with one small step. So let me ask you, are you going to resist this process? How long are you going to sit and research when you get home before you actually do some work. Because last I checked, research, you're not in the research and development department with Nu Skin, you're in the field. Get to work for you. Get to work for you. Are you going to adapt? Are you going to go all in? I'm going to ask you a really hard question. What will it cost your future if you don't? Because did you really come all this way for your life to look exactly the way it does 1 year from now? What a crying shame that would be. To come here and have your ears tickled, little pep talk, feel good, and then do nothing. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not a motivational speaker, if you've noticed. I'm an activating speaker. Because I don't think motivation serves you at all. It's gonna last you until you get out those doors, until you get a phone call from home that crap went down. Or you're gonna go home and something went wrong. Motivation, guys, I work with hundreds of thousands of social sellers. You wanna know how long it lasts? I've had my team research this. 12 days. 12 days. On average. That means for some people it's 4, for some people it's 20. I find that an all-in decision is usually on the heels of realizing it's too painful to stay where you are. Find your pain and use it to fuel your greatness. Friends, change of any kind requires a whole lot of courage. Courage to face ourselves, courage to face the unknown, courage to be uncomfortable. I asked you, I said, hey, I'm going to be giving you a call to action at the end. So if you're ready for change, I have a call to action. I was so delighted that your company would let me do this, but I have an opportunity to help you. And I realize all of you are in very different phases of your business. You might be in like, you know what, Kristen, I've got my warm market, but I haven't really leveraged it well enough. Kristen, I actually need to go on my cold market. I don't even know how to do this. I have this free quiz that assesses exactly where you are in your business, and I send you tools based on your exact season of business to serve you. Because it's not a one-size-fits-all, you need a unique thing, and we're gifting you with an Instagram audit while you wait so that we can set you up well in your cold market. That's for you, okay? So make sure you have that, screenshot that. All right, now is the big question, friends. I hope I'm KB now. I hope you remember everything that was said, but I want to know who's in for an all-in decision. Yes? Louder, I don't believe you.